Hi everyone, welcome once again to our workshop series of ICP iThink Hackathon. So, I hope you all are doing well and most of you have started building your projects or some maybe in their final stages. So, today's session is basically on your clearing the doubts if you might have regarding the deploying the project of this hackathon. So I will just give the permission to the dev mentor to take over the session, and you can just ask your doubts to him and you can just type your questions meanwhile in the chat box.
Yeah, so let me just present my screen first. So yeah, today I'm gonna give you the overview of what we have learned till now. So yeah, this is the last session. So I'm gonna explain every single thing which we have learned and how far we have came in the journey of ICP. So now let's have a look over here. So this is the official website of Internet Computers. So where you can refer to as well as you can learn things from. Okay, so yeah, so over here, in the very first session, we learned about what is the architecture of ICP. Okay, so so we use these documentations to learn about the ICP architecture and how ICP is an decentralized platform. Okay, so they have some independent machines. So basically, ICP aims to acquire the functionality of AWS on a blockchain. Okay, so they want to create an alternative of AWS, which is on blockchain. Okay, so yeah, over here you can refer to documentation, and they have explained every single thing, and you can learn about basic architecture of ICP. Okay, so let me just go back and let me show you uh, where you can learn more things from. Okay, so here are the documentations of different languages. Okay, so we learn about TypeScript in our session, so we are going to focus on TypeScript only. Okay, so over here, as you can see, there is the proper documentation for the ASL. That is a framework of TypeScript. Okay, so in the very first session, we learned about how we can build a backend canister, okay, and how we can write the code of the backend canister in the ICP, okay. So using TypeScript. So the very first thing which we learned about is that how we can write basic code. So let me just show you the code which we wrote. Um, so yeah, this was us to write the code uh, which canister expects to be written. Okay, so basically, there is a format in which the code of the TypeScript has to be written inside the canister. Okay, so then only there won't be any issue. Okay, so that is the reason. So over here, as you can see, we imported a package that is ASIL. So we just installed a npm module that was npm package that was ASIL. Okay, so if you have a look over here, the package.json, as you can see, we imported an npm package whose name was ASIL. So it has been developed by ICP, and you can trust it. Okay, so entire thing is going to work on this only. So we'll learn how we can create the query functions and how we can store our data, isn't it? So we created an update function. So we use an stable B-tree map in that. Okay, so we stored our data inside the stable B-tree map, and we created a simple application which will help us to get the data in the form of p-value pairs. Okay, so as you can see, stable B-tree map stores the data in the form of p-value pairs. So the key was text, and the value was in the form of object. So if we have a look over here in the update function, whose name is store, so basically it stores the data inside it. So we use map.insert. So that is a inbuilt function inside a hash map. So you can use that to insert the data inside hash map. Okay, inside the arbitrary map. So how we're going to get the data? We're going to use map.get. So that's how we are going to get the data. And that's the thing. So if we deploy this project on mainnet or the local net, so let's deploy this project. EFX deploy, and yeah, you would be able to see these two functions which we created earlier as well. And it will take some time. Let's wait for a while. Let's wait for a few more seconds as it takes a little time. Mm, So yeah, it is taking a little time. So let's wait for a while. So till then, let's discuss about the front-end canister. So what is front-end canister? Front-end canister is also known as asset canister. So basically, it is used to deploy our static things. Okay, basically, if you want to put something, some sort of static data inside the canister, so you need to define the type of the canister, which is asset. Okay, so yeah, over here we have defined a type that is asset. So basically, if you install the project, if you create a new project, you don't need to write these things. Okay, it is predefined. Okay, this is pre-written inside your project. Okay, you need to worry about it. So if you want to create a new backend canister, so there is a whole new process. You just need to copy this up and change the backend canister name, and you just need to provide the files according to the path. So yeah, that is the thing. So we discussed how we can deploy our front-end canister, uh, and inside front-end canister, we wrote the code of React a little. So if I open the app.jsx, you would remember that we wrote some code, and yeah, you can see that yeah, we wrote a simple code of React, and we deployed our front end as well. Let me just open this up. Let's write npm start, and let's open this up. Over here you can see there is a simple application to give you overview, uh, and this is the simple project which we created to give the overview how we can store the data and how we can deploy a front end as well as back end. So we just basically we just uh, customized the default overlay of the ICP which we get when we create a project. Okay, so that's what we did in this workshop. Uh, and if we talk about how we can deploy our front end as well as back end, you can see uh, we got the links. Okay, we got the links of backend. As you can see, our backend has been deployed. I just need to open this up, and you can see we got the candidate UI. So I told you that what is candidate UI. Candidate UI is just like an uh, interface to test our functions. Okay, so just like in Web 2 we have Postman, in Web 3 in the ICP we have candidate UI. So we can test our functions inside candidate UI. Okay, so now these were the two functions which we created. The very first one is update function, and last one is test function. Okay, so I told you the difference between update function and test functions. So the update function and query function. So it takes some time just because it goes through the consensus. Okay, and if we talk about um, the query function, so test is in query function, so it will take about 0.02 seconds. So it gives us data very quickly, isn't it? So yeah, this doesn't go through consensus, and moreover, this is in synchronous functions, but the response is asynchronous. Okay, so keep that in mind. And these were the things which we learned about how we can deploy our canisters and how we can deploy front end and back end in the IC. So let's have a look over here how we can deploy things on mainnet and how we can play with the DFX command line. So let me just show you. DFX deploy. So this was the command to deploy our project on local net, isn't it? So for deploying your project on mainnet, you need to write DFX deploy minus minus network IC. Okay, so this is the simple command to deploy your project on mainnet. But before you deploy a project on mainnet, you need one more thing, that is cycles. So you must have got some cycle coupons, and that cycle coupons has to be redeemed by you. And let me just tell you what is the command for it. Hmm, let me just zoom my screen a little bit so that you can see this thing properly. And yeah, let's write it over there. dfx deploy dfx wallet. So let's see what is the command. And dfx wallet minus minus help. This will give us which commands are available in the dfx wallet command. So this is the command dfx wallet redeem faucet coupon. So over here we're gonna write dfx wallet, and then you need to paste your coupon code over here. It could be something like this, and at last you need to put minus minus network IC, and you just need to write the password or the pass key which you saved. So over here it is giving me error just because it is not a valid coupon. This is just a mock coupon which I'm using to explain you. So yeah, you need to paste your own coupon over here, then only you will be able to redeem your cycles. Okay, so now let's see if now you got the coupons. Now how are you gonna deploy your project on mainnet? So you just need to write dfs deploy minus minus network IC. Okay, from this command, you're going to deploy your project on mainnet. So what do I mean by mainnet? Basically, mainnet means you can deploy a project on internet. Okay, anyone can view your project using a URL. So this is going to provide you a URL, and let's see what is that URL. So as you can see, it takes about 10 seconds to build the backend canisters. So if you are deploying your project very first time, so it will take about 1 minute. Just because the files in the TypeScript has to be converted into the Rust first, then only the WASM file has to be put inside the canisters. Basically, a WASM file is uh, placed inside canister. So your TypeScript code doesn't go inside the canister. So these are the two links. So this is the link of the mainnet. If you can open this up, you will be able to see the application is hosted on internet. Anyone can see using this link. Okay, so this is how you can deploy a project on mainnet. So this dfx deploy command deploy all of your canisters on mainnet. What if you want to deploy one canister on mainnet? Okay, for example, I just want to deploy my backend canister on mainnet. So what is the command for that? For that, we're going to write dfx deploy backend and just write the and just hit enter. So what will happen is it will deploy a project. It will deploy only single canister. Okay. So yeah. So this is the command to deploy a single canister on mainnet. So yeah, that is how you can deploy canisters on mainnet. And one more thing, I discussed about passing on control of your canister to someone else. And for that, we have a command as well. So you can explore dfx wallet as well. Just wait. Yeah. So I think background noise has been resolved. So let's focus on this. And as you can see, dfx, yeah, dfx minus minus help. If you try dfx minus minus help, what you can do is you can explore these. Okay, you can explore these commands. So let's just focus on those commands which are going to help us to achieve the functionality of transferring control to someone else. Okay, how we are going to transfer the control? dfx canister minus minus help. So this will give me every single command which we can execute uh, using dfx canister command. Okay, so now we are gonna write the command, that is update settings. Update settings, and yeah, what we can do is we can just take help again. So that is, now we're going to write the command that is add controller. Okay, so there's, yeah, over here there's a command to add the controller. Let's write update settings. Yeah, here's the command to add the controller. You can see over here. That's how you can play with the DFX command line tool. And over here, you just need to paste the identity of the controller so that you can pass to whom you need to pass the controller. Okay. So at the end, for example, identity of your controller is something like this. Okay, something like this. And then you need to put the network IC over there. Then only you would be able to state the control of your canister. Okay, so that's how you can pass the control to someone else. Okay, right now you are the control of the canister. If you want to make your application fully decentralized, you need to pass on the control to the uh, governance canister. Okay, so there's a governance canister ICP. So once you pass on the control to someone else, like governance canister, so you won't have access to update the code of that canister. So yeah, so that's how you can achieve the functionality of decentralization in ICP. And at last, uh, let me just take an overview of what give you an overview where you can learn things from. So one more thing was that you can learn from Hazelbook. Okay, so for writing the smart contract in TypeScript, this is very important resource, and you can refer to this. And I will deliver this inside the chat box as well. This is one of the most important links, and you can refer to internetcomputers.org.com as well to understand the architecture of ICP. So there is a white paper of ICP as well, so you can get that as well. So yeah, over here you can see uh, the basics. So what you need to learn first in order to fully understand ICP. So yeah, over here they have told every single thing, and you can uh, explore the things inside this website. They have very detailed documentation for every single thing. Okay, so you can explore, and you can go to wiki history of internet computers as well. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So yeah, so one more thing I just need to tell you that is, yeah, one more thing was that the reverse gas model. So I told you about cycles. How does that work? So basically, in the ICP ecosystem, developer need to pay for the calls. Okay, Ethereum, you need to pay the gas fees. Your user need to pay the gas fees in order to do an interaction with the blockchain. User need to pay the gas fees. But in ICP, the canister itself pays the fees. Okay, that is what we call the reverse gas model. So this is being implemented by the ICP in order to make the user experience better. So that's how the if you have ever used the ICP applications, for example, let's open the ICP ecosystem and let's try to use it. And there's a swap in the ICP. If you do any operations in Ethereum, you need to pay for the gas fees, but in ICP, you doesn't need to pay because canister itself pays the gas fee. Okay, so that is the thing. So this entire application is hosted on ICP. So you don't won't see any difference because front end as well as back end is hosted on ICP. So that is one of the most incredible things. Basically, you need to connect your wallet over here in order to swap your tokens. Basically, right now you're swapping the tokens. That's why you need some tokens. Okay, but in order to interact with websites, basically what is happening is we are calling the functions. We want to see the data. This entire thing is hosted on chain, entire thing. So basically, we are interacting with the blockchain right now. So we need not to pay for any single thing. We need not to pay the cycles to this website. This is because they have implemented reverse gas model. So any canister you write on the ICP that follows the reverse gas model. And that is pretty much it. And if there's any question right now, you can ask about it. And yeah, So these are the things which we covered in the session, and I think you would be able to build your projects using this information, and you can explore these documentation. These are quite brief documentations, and this will help you out to build your projects properly. Okay, so yeah, all the best for that, and that's it. I'm done with my side, and if you have any question, you can ask about it.
Yes, everyone, if you have any questions, please let us know. We are here to help you out. And one more update from our side, that we have extended our project submission date, as some of you have joined a little late and due to some reasons. So we have extended the project submission. So the new date is May 6, 2024. So you can submit your projects till May 6. And if you have any doubt or any questions regarding your project development, you can directly contact us via the Telegram, or you can reach out to us on the Bloxablog website as well. So I think it's all good till now. If you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to us and we will help you out. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Hope to see the innovative projects in this journey. So have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye.